Yeah, it's exactly what Jason mentioned. We have some cocktail winners, and it's about cocktail 30. Or
That's
50.
not what the new word is in
I
the
know.
Oxford
We're
Dictionary.
trying to anticipate next year's. Trying to bump it up just a little bit, but time for some great food and drink with Wini Moranville.
Welcome to Great Food and Great Cocktails. I have with me Jake Fantuzzi and, did I say that right? Jake Fantuzzi?
Fantuzzi, yep,
okay,
definitely.
thank you. And Adam Johnson from Johnny's Italian Steakhouse. And you guys won the Iowa Mixology Competition, the Des Moines division, in this year's Iowa Mixology Competition, sponsored by the Iowa Restaurant Association. That you had some stiff competition because we have great mixologists here in Des Moines. So congratulations.
Certainly. Thank you very much.
That's super. So you're going to show us the winning
Yep,
cocktail,
the Harvey, winning cocktail.
And it was called the Harvey?
The Harvey, yeah.
All right, let's see it and tell us what you're doing as you mix it up.
Well, I'm gonna first get a couple scoops of ice here, probably about 2/3 the way full for the shaker. I'm gonna do 3/4 ounce of the Herb Saint was actually the liquor that we used for the winning drink. That was one of the liquors we had to choose from.
And Herb Saint, I take it it's an herbal liqueur.
It's kind of like a Sazerac company from like a New Orleans. Almost tastes like a black licorice kind of.
Yeah, right. It's another
very
one of
potent.
those Pernod family liquors, it sounds like.
All right, and then we're going to do 3/4 ounce Tuaca as well. It's a vanilla orange liqueur Italian.
Yum. That's great.
All right.
I can smell that licorice already.
Definitely.
And you know, it's an interesting thing about that because people say, oh, I don't like black licorice, but there's always so much more going on in one of these drinks, I think.
Definitely, I'm a fan. We have the 2.5 ounces of OJ I just put in there, and then we're going to do a honey stick. Is that good to go? Awesome, thank you, sir.
That's a great idea. Just instead of like trying to measure the honey all the time, which can be really hard since honey sticks to the whatever the spoon in the cup. This makes a lot more sense.
A lot less messy. It's easy cleanup.
Right.
It's great.
Exactly.
Then we're going to do 3/4 ounce egg white as well.
I'm so glad you can buy egg whites that are pasteurized so that we don't have to worry about salmonella.
No, definitely. Don't have to worry about
That's great. Or,
a dozen eggs in my cooler.
Right, and you don't have to separate the eggs and get yolk in it. That's great.
So I'm going to give it about a 10 shake here just to chill it.
It's all in the shake, too.
It's all in the shake.
You have to have your own shake.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah.
All right, and then the next, sorry, get some of that honey out of there. All right, then I'm going to strain it, no ice, into this other shaker, and then I'm going to shake it for probably 30 seconds. And that's to get the egg white super frothy.
I noticed that you had this little, I think you have a little secret weapon in here.
Definitely.
This little guy is the way you get that frothy,
That's how we get
right?
the froth.
That is really cool.
It's off of this. It's either way. If you don't have a spindle mixer, it's a quick way to do it.
Okay.
You don't want to do it too much because there's a difference between like froth and then meringue.
Meringue.
So you got to be a little careful when you do it.
That's great. So while you're doing that, tell me what you think is maybe what makes a great cocktail? Like when you're looking for creative, new, innovative cocktails, what do you think are some of the pitfalls, and what do you think? For me, balance is a huge thing. People don't balance it, but what do you think makes things really work?
Great bartender.
Yeah, you gotta be a great bartender. You gotta talk your way out of some situations too.
Talk your way out of some situations. Like when a customer has a bad idea and you gotta say,
usually their ideas are all good.
Okay,
we're just listeners, basically, good observers.
That's good.
See the froth there?
Ooh, I sorry. Oh,
what do we have? Some zest over here.
Yet, lady.
Gotta get the zest from the orange to complement the orange juice and then the vanilla and the Tuaca. Just give it a little squeeze, get the oils out there, and there it is.
There it is. All right. Okay. I love the orange part.
Have you ever had a Harvey Wallbanger?
Yes, but like many years ago. It was kind of an 70s, 80s drink.
Right. Well, they use the the vodka and the Galliano and the orange juice, and when we use the fresh squeezed orange juice, I think it's a lot better.
Always better with fresh, and fresh juices make a cocktail for me. But there is that subtle, insistent licorice and herb sort of flavor in it, but it's not overpowering. What do you like about this drink?
Everything you said, you can be able to smell it before before you drink it. You know, you can have your senses. You can taste every individual alcohol. You can taste the orange juice. You know, and it's a good combination, good mixture. Like you asked about what makes a good cocktail. I think it's volume. I think it's taste. I think it's smells. You know, using your senses.
Right.
You know, if you wanted to drink an alcohol, you know, by itself on the rocks or neat, you know, you just want to taste that alcohol.
Right.
You know, in a cocktail, you want to taste every ingredient that is in it.
There's no burn to this, but I can tell there's a kick to it, and that's kind of nice. I mean, that's really good. These could be dangerous if you really want to know the truth. The body is something I've noticed in craft cocktails that, you know, before people started doing craft cocktails and nobody was using egg whites because they were scary. You know, the body is what I'm seeing in cocktails more and more, and it's just making me love these cocktails. It's great.
Very good.
I can see why you won. This was lovely. Now, you're going to shake up something that you actually serve at Johnny's.
Right.
Because this is really a specialty cocktail that you brought in for the competition.
Right.
But this is something that you can get at your bar in West Des Moines.
Yes, this is it's called the Templeton Smash. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 4 blackberries, medium sized. There's a small one, so I might put a little extra one in there. And you take 4 mint leaves, all right? And this is the thing, too. Have you ever heard of slapping mint? Because it was recently that I just
spanked the mint?
Spanked the mint, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting. You know, when my manager, my executive, taught me this. You know, I was kind of blown away because it's like night and day.
Yeah,
you know,
it makes
really
a huge
is.
difference. Right.
And we got our lemon juice. And we got our 1 stick of honey right here.
Very handy.
Oh yes, very much so.
That looks so good. And you know, I see that you're putting. This is something I never thought of until mixologists started doing this. These brown liquors with fruit. And, you know, you always think of like vodka and rum with fruit, but brown liquors with fruit, really, it's a revelation to me.
Yeah, I mean, you know, mixology is just, it's very interesting. You know, I mean, there's so many different takes on liquors and alcohol and everything like that. You muddle it. That's what's kind of fun about it too. You know, with the competition, you know, no one really had the same kind of drink. Everyone had different types of drinks, different takes on it.
That's
great. It was very interesting to me.
Right. And I think, you know, I think this really appeals to people who like tools.
Oh yeah, very much so.
You can see why people just really get into all these fun little things that you get to work with.
Right.
Just seems like the possibilities are limitless, you know?
Absolutely. Right. And when you get a good craft cocktail, you're just so happy. I mean, there's just something, you feel like you are in the hands of somebody who's just giving you this unique piece of art.
This is 2.5 ounces of Templeton rye, which is Iowa, for sure.
Iowa.
We do.
Right. So it's called a blackberry. What is this called?
This is called the Templeton Smash.
Templeton Smash. All right. And it is at your restaurant. You're shaking it up fresh all the time?
Oh, yeah.
It's our #1 selling martini.
Oh,
yeah.
Good to know. Good to know.
A lot of people like it, too.
Yep.
The good thing, too, about cocktails and drinks, you know, a lot of people like them certain ways. You know, like if you got a martini, like a vodka or gin or something like that, most people like it their own way.
Yes, right.
You know, and come to make these cocktails, you know, it's nice having a specific recipe and actually following it.
Right. They don't bring their ideas to it. They put themselves in your hands.
Right,
and,
basically.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. How pretty.
And then you can get this at any of our Johnny's locations, of course.
Oh, good.
Too. So
That's good to know. So
Midwest
and
here.
there are lots of Johnny's locations.
There we go.
All right. Oh, are you
Yeah,
ready?
we're good.
Okay.
No
all
garnish is needed.
Right. Boy,
The
that's
garnishes
good.
are in it, right?
Yeah, right. The garnishes, you can see the berries floating around. It is so good. Oh, there's a real refreshing tartness to it thanks to that lemon. But, you know, the balance with the berries and...
You can still taste the Templeton in it, you know, and that's what we're talking about. The good cocktails, you can taste every ingredient in it.
It's like the swirl that just kind of becomes one thing and another as you start sipping it. It's very cool. Well, you guys, thank you so much for bringing these. These will not go to waste after the cameras stop rolling, let me tell you something. So cheers and congratulations on your big win.
Thank you very much.
That's
Thank
fantastic.
you. Appreciate it.